We insisted throughout that the question of American prisoners of war and of American civilians captured throughout Indochina should be separated from the issue of Vietnamese civilian personnel detained, partly because of the enormous difficulty of classifying the Vietnamese civilian personnel by categories of who was detained for reasons of the Civil War and who was detained for criminal activities. And secondly, because it was foreseeable that negotiations about the release of civilian detainees would be complex and difficult, and because we did not want to have the issue of American personnel mixed up with the issues of civilian personnel in South Vietnam. This turned out to be one of the thorniest issues that was settled at some points and kept reappearing throughout the negotiations. It was one of the difficulties we had during the December negotiations. We expect that American prisoners will be released at intervals of 2 weeks or 15 days in roughly equal installments. We have been told that no American prisoners are held in Cambodia. American prisoners held in Laos and North Vietnam will be returned to us in Hanoi. They will be received by American medical evacuation teams and flown on American airplanes from Hanoi to places of our own choice, probably Vientiane. There will be international supervision of both this provision and of the provision for the missing in action. Chapter 4 of the agreement deals with the right of the South Vietnamese people to self-determination. Its first provision contains a joint statement by the United States and North Vietnam in which those two countries jointly recognize the South Vietnamese people's right to self-determination, in which those two countries jointly affirm that the South Vietnamese people shall decide for themselves the political system that they shall choose, and jointly affirm that no foreign country shall impose any political tendency on the South Vietnamese people. It is our firm expectation that within a short period of time there will be a formal ceasefire in Laos, which in turn will lead to a withdrawal of all foreign forces from Laos, and of course to the end of the use of Laos as a corridor of infiltration. Secondly, the situation in Cambodia, as those of you who have studied it will know, is somewhat more complex because there are several parties headquartered in different countries. And therefore, we can say about Cambodia that it is our expectation that a de facto ceasefire will come into being over a period of time.